So many times people ask me how I get such sharp images, and to be honest, I don't usually add sharpening to my street photography, but I do add sharpening to my landscape pictures. And right now I have one of my street pictures open right now, and the majority of time I just simply use Lightroom to add like a little bit of sharpening, but sometimes that's just not enough, especially like sometimes you get a little bit out of focus and you want to add sharpening just in one area. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this picture and we're going to open up in Photoshop. Or actually there's another picture, don't worry about that. So we're going to go to Photoshop. We're going to add extra sharpening. Give it a second. Now this is actually very simple. You're going to first of all make a new layer, because as the background layer is locked, you can't really edit it. You're going to go to Filter, you're going to go to Other, and then High Pass Filter. Now you can see these little kind of gray lines. Those are the areas that are going to be sharpened. Like as you increase the filter, more and more of the picture is going to get sharpened. As you can see, let's just go all the way just so you can get an idea. Okay, that's too much. So you don't want to go too high, but obviously you want to use this to kind of see which areas of the picture you want sharpened. All right, so let's pretend this is what I want to sharpen. A little bit less, just these edges. I'm going to press OK, and you're going to come here to the blending mode and choose overlay. Now maybe you guys can't see this, maybe it's better if I zoom in, but the difference is very subtle like that. That's without the sharpening, this is with the sharpening. Without, with, without, with. Now it's up to you guys how much sharpening you want. So but let's say for example that you are working on a different picture. For example, I was editing this picture of the girl, and let me just start all over. Merge visible. So as you can see, or maybe not see, my friend gave me this kind of older picture. It's kind of pixely, but she's kind of soft in the eyes, right? So what we want to do is we want to add a little bit of sharpening to the eyes, but we don't want to add sharpening to the rest of the picture. So let's do the same thing we just did. Create a background layer, duplicate layer, filter, other, high pass, and this is a lot. So we're just going to go down, just a little bit of sharpening. Let's just do 2 pixels. Now, I don't want to add okay, next step, overlay. I don't want to add too much sharpening because then you start getting all these usually people, you can see the pimples on their face and all that. So we just want to focus on the eyes. And remember, this is just an example. So I just want to sharpen the eyes and nothing else. So I'm going to drag this. I'm going to make a mask. All right. Let's invert the mask. So Control I. Now we're going to take a brush, make sure it's white, and we're just going to paint the eyes. So now what this does is, I don't really do Photoshop tutorials. There's plenty of them out there. This is just how to use mask to only sharpen the areas you want. So if you look here, you can see there's only like 2 white specks. That's where I added the white. And if you made some mistake, you just go back to black and paint over and erases it. Then switch back to white. So there's plenty of Photoshop tutorials out there. This is just an example. We can even do the same thing here. I'm going to create a new mask. Control I to invert, make black. And then we get a paintbrush. Actually, let's make the brush bigger. Much bigger. And now the areas that I brush are going to get sharper, and the other areas that I don't brush will not be as sharp. So can you see the difference? maybe not. Let me zoom in. So the brushed areas become sharper, the unbrushed areas do not become sharper. And that's it for this tutorial. This is something I usually use on my landscape pictures. I don't usually do this in my street photography pictures, you know, but every now and then I'll take a picture that's slightly out of focus, and the little bit of sharpening helps. So yeah, hope that helped you guys, and please be sure to subscribe, hit the like, leave a comment, all that helps. And I'll see you around.